So the first question, factorize a cube plus 27b cube plus 8c cube minus 18abc. Okay. So here we can write this as a cube itself plus 27b cube can be written as 3b whole cube. Am I unmuted? Let me. Okay. Okay. Cube root of 27 is 3 plus. Now 8. 8, the cube root of 8 is 2. So 2c whole cube. So here this is x, y, z, right? Minus 3 times x into y into z. So x is what? A. Y is what? 3b. And z is 2c. And let's just check whether it is actually giving us this thing or not. So 3 into 3 is 18. Then into 2 is, sorry, 3 into 3 is 9, into 2 is 18. Okay, fine. So this is of which form? Let's write it over here. X cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Do you remember anything we did of this form? Something we did of this form. Let's go back. In case you don't remember, this one. This is the form that we are looking at. So this is equal to this thing. Is equal to this thing. A plus B plus C into A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA. Okay. And the second form, this second form we are going to use if the value of A plus B plus C is known to us and the value of AB plus BC plus CA is known to us. That we'll do later. So just if you haven't memorized it, take a screenshot and you can memorize it. But these are all very important. Okay, A plus B plus C, A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA. Okay. So this is equal to this thing. Let's write it over here. Let's write it over here. This is equal to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. So this we'll write somewhere in a bracket or something. Okay, so that we just know which formula we have used here. Then we will continue with our answer. So here we have x is A, y is 3b, and z is 2c. So this thing, this is the LHS, what we have written above. So this is going to be equal to the RHS, which is x plus y plus z, which is A plus 3b plus 2c into x square plus y square plus z square. So A square plus 3b whole square, which is 9b square, plus z square. Z is 2c. 2c whole square means 4c square minus xy, A into 3b minus yz, 3b into 2c minus zx, 2c into A. So this is going to be our final answer. A square plus 9b square plus 4c square minus 3ab minus 6bc minus 2ca. This is going to be our answer. Okay. Question number 2. Okay. Now write the previous one and then we'll start with the next one. All right. Now you can put p minus q as x, q minus r as y, and r minus p as z. Okay. And we know that if in this equation, in this the green equation that we've written here, if in that equation, if x plus y plus z is 0, then the LHS, you can just think of it like this. If x plus y plus z becomes 0, then the entire thing becomes 0, right? Then you can say that the LHS is equal to 0. So LHS is what? X cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is equal to 0. You will have to, in your exam, you will always have to mention the identity which you are using here. And here we are using this green identity. Okay. So you will write it again. Over here, you will write it like this. Okay. So in this identity, if x plus y plus z is 0, then the LHS becomes equal to 0. And if this is 0 and you can take this part of it to the other side, what does it become? X cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to positive 3xyz. So this is a very nice looking formula that we have obtained here. But this you will get only when x plus y plus z is 0. Okay. Now you can see that x plus y plus z. What is x plus y plus z here in our in given question? What is x plus y plus z? What is x? P minus q, right? X is your P minus q. Then what is y? Y is q minus r. Y is q minus r. And then what is z? R minus p. Okay. Now you can see that here p minus q plus q. So minus q plus q cancel. Minus r plus r cancel. P minus p cancel. What do we get? 0. So here in this question, indeed x plus y plus z is equal to 0. Yes. And we know that if x plus y plus z is going to be 0, then this will, that we will get this. Therefore, x cube plus y cube plus z cube, which they have asked us in the question, right? This thing, the question, it is equal to x cube plus y cube plus z cube. X is p minus q, y is q minus r, and z is r minus p. So this is equal to x cube plus y cube plus z cube. So this is equal to this one. 3xyz. It's not 0. X plus y plus z is 0. X cube plus y cube plus z cube is 3xyz. 3 into x into y into z. Now, what is x and y and z again? Because in the question, there was no x, y, z. We only assumed x, y, z by ourselves. So we have to replace it with what was there in the question originally. So 3 into x, which is p minus q, into y, which is q minus r, into z, which is r minus p. So this is our final answer. If you want me to repeat this question, I can repeat it for you. Okay. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Next question, a very similar question. If P is equal to 2 minus A, then prove that A cube plus 6AP plus P. Okay. So let's take this thing. P is equal to 2 minus A. We have P is equal to 2 minus A. That implies just take P to the other side. So that means 2 minus A, or you can write it like this, 2 plus minus A. Now this P becomes minus P when it goes to the other side, right? So plus minus P is equal to 0. So you can think of this as x, y, or let's do one thing. Since there are two negatives here, don't write it like this. Take everything to the left side, okay? So this becomes P plus A. Now it becomes minus 2, right? So instead of minus 2, can we write it as plus minus 2? This is equal to 0. Now this you can think of as x, this you can think of as y, and this you can think of as z. And again, write this. Since first you write this entire identity, this one, okay? Let's write it together. X, we know that we know that x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is equal to x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. And if x plus y plus z equals 0, then x cube plus y cube plus z cube becomes 3xyz. This much you have to write. Okay. So where were we? So now since p plus a plus minus 2 is equal to 0, therefore, and now you are taking this as x, this as y, and this as z. So this is x, this is y, and this is your z. So if you want, you can write it in the question: x, y, z. Therefore, x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to 3xyz. Now here, what is x cube? B cube. What is y cube? A cube. And what is z cube? Minus 2 whole cube. So this is equal to 3 into x p y a. We have p cube plus a cube minus 8 is equal to 3 2s are minus 3 into minus 2 is minus 6, and then pa, you can write it as ap. And now see, in the given question, everything is on the LHS, only 0 is on the RHS. So we will bring the minus 6 ap to the other side. It will become, we can write it like this: a cube plus p cube, or you can write it a cube plus 6ap, bringing this to the other side. Okay, plus p cube plus minus 8 is equal to 0. What have we done? We just brought this to the other side. Okay, and this is what we needed to prove in the question, hence proved. Okay, please note this down. Okay, next question. You have to find the product. And usually this type of question, see the question which we did over here, the third question, it will most probably be for 2 marks. Okay, this question number 4, which we're about to do, it's most probably going to be for 1 mark. Okay, find the product. 3x minus 5y minus 4 multiplied by 9x square plus 25y square plus 15xy plus 12x minus 20y plus 16. Okay. So here you need to identify your x, y, and z. Okay. So we already have x and y, so we're not going to write it in this form. Instead of x and y and z over here, we will write it as a, b, and c, because we already have x and y here. So let's do, in order to avoid any confusion, we will write that here a is 3x, b is minus 5y. Don't write just 5y. And c is minus 4. So this thing becomes a plus b plus c into a square, 3x whole square. What is 3x whole square? It is 9x square, right? So a square, or let's do one thing. Let's do it step by step. So you will write it as 3x minus 5y minus 4 into 3x whole square. This green thing, don't write it yet. Cut. Okay. So 3x whole square plus 5y whole square. In fact, plus minus 5y whole square, because here we have minus 5y. Plus this 16 I'm going to write here, which is minus 4 whole square. Minus 4 whole square, the c square part was written way at the end. So we are just going to make some rearrangements. Then plus, we know the next part is minus AB minus BC minus CA, right? So minus AB. So minus A into B. A is 3x and B is minus 5y. Minus BC minus 5y into minus 4. This one here. Minus CA minus 3x into minus 4. Okay, let me tell you which term is which. So this minus 4 square is here, 16. This minus 3x into minus 5y, this will give you plus 15xy. This is here. Whoops. Then minus, minus, minus. There are three minuses. That means the overall answer is going to be a negative one. So minus 20y. This is our minus 20y. The terms are all jumbled up. We will have to rearrange them. And this is our plus 12x. Here it is plus 12x. So now we can write what we had written earlier, this one. Okay. If you had written it earlier also, no problem. You can write it here as well. So this becomes a plus b plus c into a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. And we know that this is equal to, we can write here, we know that thing equal to a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. So this is it. So this is equal to, what is a? A is 3x, 3x whole cube plus b. What is b? Minus 5y. So minus 5y whole cube plus minus 4 whole cube minus 3 into 3 into minus 5 into minus 4 minus 3abc. Okay. Now here 3 plus 27. Now it's a negative cube, so its answer is going to be negative 25, no, 125 by cube, negative 64. Now here we have 5 fours are 20 into 9. 20 into 9 is going to be 180. 180y. 180. No, wait. X also. 3x. 180 xy. But is it a positive sign or negative sign? Minus, minus, minus. Three minuses. So it's going to be a negative. Okay. I don't know what just happened. I think I got disconnected. Okay. So 27x cube minus 125y cube 180xy minus 64. Right? You don't have to do this step. This step is not necessary. You can end it at this step as well. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let's do this one. Factorize a cube minus b cube plus 1 plus 3ab. So here, if you might have noticed, your c, because since there's no c here, the c is actually 1. The c is 1. So here, this can be written as a cube. This can be written as plus minus b cube plus 1 cube plus 3 into a into b into c. C is what? 1. Okay. This is our c. So we know that x cube plus y cube plus, again, you have to write this, the formula, this one. Okay. So we know that x cube plus y cube plus z cube plus 3xyz, or minus 3xyz, sorry, plus this minus 3xyz is equal to x plus y plus z. So x, which is a, plus y is what? Minus b. So let me do one thing. This is your x, this minus b is your y, and 1 is your c. So this is equal to x plus y plus z, a plus minus b plus c into x square plus y square plus z square, a square plus minus b whole square plus 1 square, minus ab minus, so minus xy, which is a into minus b, minus yz, which is minus d into 1, minus zx, which is, what am I doing? Not c, this is z. Okay. Uh, minus zx. Z is what? 1, and x is what? A. So here let's just simplify it. A minus b plus 1 into a square minus b ka whole square is b square itself plus 1. Minus minus is plus ab minus minus plus b minus a. So we can just leave it at this itself, or if you want, you can take the one to the end of this. But this is fine. Okay. This, you can leave it at this as well. Okay. So now let's start another chapter, the revision of another chapter. Okay, so you all tell me, which chapter do you want to revise now? Which chapter should we start with? Depending on your upcoming exams and everything, which chapter do you want? Which chapter do you want to start now? Yes. Tell me. Okay, I'll have to start calling the names, I think. Abdul Jabbar, Abdul Jabbar, Zain. Yes, Zain. Riaz, which chapter do you want to do next? Abdul Jabbar, Zain. See, I don't mind starting with whichever chapter. Okay. But this is not the way to be in a class. A class is supposed to be a two-way thing. You're supposed to respond when someone's asking you something. Please unmute and respond. Abdul Jabbar is saying triangles. Fine, we'll do triangles. Hello. Okay, let's see which questions we can do. Let's see some questions which we have not done before. Hmm. Okay, let's do this one. We have done most of these questions actually. Where's the one just left? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Abdul Jabbar, do you have any specific questions that you want to ask? Do you have any specific doubts in this? Any specific questions that you find difficult? Acha, fine, then we'll do this one. Question. Hmm. So in triangle ABC, there's a triangle ABC. D is the midpoint of BC. This is A, this is B, this is C. If DL is perpendicular to AB, so we have a DL over here which is perpendicular to AB, and DM is perpendicular to AC. So this is L, this is M, such that DL is equal to DM. So let's write what all is given. Given given D is the midpoint of BC, means BD is equal to DC is equal to half of BC. Then the second thing that is given is one second. The second thing that is given is DL is perpendicular to AB and DM is perpendicular to AC and DL is equal to DM. We have to show that. So the question, I will repeat it. It says in triangle ABC, D is the midpoint of BC. If DL is perpendicular to AB and DM is perpendicular to AC, such that DL is equal to DM, prove that AB is equal to AC. To show that AB is equal to AC. Please write this question down because it's not there in the book. So you might forget it. Okay, you might forget what was the question asking. So what we can do is, let's start with these two triangles. Let's start with these two triangles. Triangle BDL, this one, and triangle BDL and CDM. Okay, these two triangles. Let's start with these two triangles. So we write in triangle. So this is the solution. In triangle BDL and triangle CDM. What all do we have? We know that BD is equal to CD because it's given. BD is equal to CD given. Yeah. Then we have given that DL is equal to DM. DL is equal to DM given. Yeah. This thing is equal to this thing. It's given. And also there's a right angle over there. So angle DLB is equal to angle DMC given. So since now what rule is this making? This is making RHS. So this is making the RHS rule. So therefore triangle BDL is congruent to triangle CDM by RHS. Therefore angle B is equal to angle C by CPCT. Okay. Angle B is equal to angle C. And we know that if two angles in a triangle are equal, then their opposite sides are also equal to each other. We know if angle B becomes equal to angle C, then their opposite sides will be equal. That means AC is equal to AB. And that's what we needed to prove. Hence proved. Fine, let's do this one. I hope you all have copied the previous one. In the given question, in the given figure, ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AB is equal to AD. And BC is equal to DC. So given AB is equal to AD and BC is equal to DC, prove that AC bisects angle A, which means we have to show that, okay, so this is AC. We have to show that angle BAC is equal to angle DAC. That's what we need to show. And okay, this is a very easy question. Why did we pick this? And AC is a perpendicular bisector of BD. AC is perpendicular bisector of BD. Okay. So the first part is very easy. Who will tell me how to do the first one? Look at the figure. It's very simple. Who can tell me? Are? See, if you're typing anything in the chat box, I can't see that because I'm only able to see the screen, the whiteboard right now. You'll have to unmute yourself. So in triangle ABC and triangle ADC, AB equals AD given, BC equals DC given, AC equals AC common, therefore congruent. By SSS. Now once they're congruent, therefore we needed to show AC bisects angle A. Therefore angle BAC is equal to angle DAC by CPCT. You know, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. So that's it. We have proved the first part. Now second part. We have to show that BD is the perpendicular bisector of, sorry, AC is perpendicular bisector of BD. Meaning what? AC is perpendicular bisector of BD means what? You have to show two things here. First of all, you have to show perpendicular, meaning that AC is perpendicular to BD. This is the first thing you need to show. Meaning that angle AB, no, angle A, let's call this point as M. Angle AMC is equal to 90 degrees. So if you just show one of them as 90, then automatically the rest of them also become 90. Because if one of them is 90, then this is a linear pair, so this will also be 90. And then this is a linear pair of that, so that will also be 90. Or you can say these both are vertically opposite angles, so they will be 90. So only one of them you can show as 90. Then the rest you will be able to, you can just say similarly. Okay. And then the second part, you have to show that AC is perpendicular bisector of BD. Bisector, AC is bisector of BD means that AC divides BD into two equal parts, meaning that AC cuts BD into two equal parts, meaning that BM is equal to DM. That's what we need to show. So now let's quickly do this. So here I have a feeling we have done this, but anyway. So here in triangle, okay, in triangle ABM and triangle ADM, this one and this one, what all do we have? We have AB is equal to AD given, and then AM is equal to AM common, and then angle BAM is equal to angle DAM shown above. Yes, we've shown above. So therefore, these two triangles are congruent. If they are congruent, therefore, and they are congruent by what? SAS. Okay, this is side, then we have an angle, then we have a side. So then next, what do we have? Yeah, so we have to show them these two angles as equal. So therefore, angle BMA is equal to angle DMA, CPCT. So if they are equal, let's call it equal to X, okay? And they form a linear pair. That implies X plus X equals 180. That implies 2X is equal to 180. That implies X is equal to 90. So therefore, angle BMA is equal to angle DMA is equal to 90 degrees. So we have shown the first part, which is AC is perpendicular to BD. Okay. The second part also, you can show it over here itself, that from 1, since these two triangles are congruent, therefore by CPCT, BM is equal to DM. Why did we say this? Because these two triangles, we have shown them to be congruent. These two triangles. In equation 1, we have shown them to be congruent. So since they are congruent by CPCT, BM is equal to DM. So quickly note this down. There's another class going to happen from this ID. After noting down, you may leave. Okay, please leave the class